Anthem is over and we're ready to go. It's Game 6 between the Medicine Hat Tigers and your Prince Albert Raiders here on Brant Raider Radio, 900 CKBI. Nick Nielsen, Kyle Kosman on the call for you tonight as we get set to go. And a whole fan bus coming out of Calgary. A lot of the Raiders parents on getting together and getting that set to go. Of course, we do have a lot of Raiders from Alberta, but quite a group of Raiders traveling out to watch this one here in Medicine Hat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Big bus load coming, so lots of parents, lots of family for a lot of these players on this Raiders team, and hoping to see a Game 6 win tonight as the Raiders look to punch their ticket to the WHL final. 60 long minutes ahead of them, though, to get there, and a Tigers team desperate to stay alive here in the playoffs. And hopefully this series doesn't go back to Prince Albert. Hopefully the next game the Raiders will play will be in Everett, but yeah, 60 minutes to get there first.
We'll find out over the course of the next 60 minutes. Opening faceoff brought to you by our friends at Big Wings is down, and the Raiders have control to start this one. Christensen left corner ahead for Rudolph on the right. Now Doobie out to center, finds Oiring. Oiring skates in, now track to Doobie. Doobie gonna drag and fire. Oiring on the back door looking for the rebound, and it just sent wide into the corner. Oiring falls, Korkish does as well, and the Tigers take it out to center. Here's Caden McCann. Out to center, his pass taken away by Oiring. Rudolph back at his blue line now. Rudolph ahead for Oiring on the right side. He'll try and play it around the wall. Tigers knock it away from him. Christensen dumps it back in, and Oiring still offside here. No, wait, maybe not. Yes, he is. Tigers have control in their own zone. Here's Pickford back behind his net, and the big five on the ice for the Tigers here. Pickford to Wu on the right side. Looking for a pass ahead now. He'll send it to Basha, who tips this one in. Barrett knocks it down, and Barrett will play it up the left wall. Knocked away by Liam Ruck. There's a collision in the corner between Marcus Ruck and Barrett, and they'll battle for it in the left corner of the Raiders zone. Marcus Ruck gets it loose for Riley Steen now. Back to Weissman on the left. He'll fire, patted away by Orshulak. Game's first save belongs to Orshulak as Sarkanov plays it out the left side to center. Into Tiger territory. Steen now left side, Weissman. He'll play this one ahead out to center. Brizgalov knocks this one down. Barrett puts a check on him and forces him to dump it down low. Mattress Man lost behind the net now in front. Brizgalov a shot. That stop, rebound bouncing around, and Orshulak is able to cover it up and stop play. Andrew Pasha at the end of his shift. Lineup brought to you by our friends at J&C Stonecutters. Taylor Berzminski and Jeff Ingram are the referees tonight. Linesmen are Will Moswick and Michael Roberts. Your referee lineup again brought to you by our friends at J&C Stonecutters.
Look at the formation on this.
Here's Van Mulligan off the draw. He'll send it to that open right wall. A shot goes redirected wide, and Heisey will golf swing it out to center. Harvey's after it, but the Tigers are there first. Van Mulligan finds Cousins. The former Lethbridge Hurricanes captain drops it back for Van Mulligan. Pass ahead, and Bennett Kelly will get a stick on this one to tip it over the glass and out of play. Play stop off the draw, though, and Van Mulligan will dump it in deep, and the Tigers are offside as a result. Kelly gets it for Cripps, now Heisey. Heisey out the right side to center. Harvey tips this one in. Tigers back for it. It's Switzer in behind his net. He'll send it around to the right side. Harvey's going to try and play it towards the goal, but it's blocked by Gordon Carroll, and Schaefer Gordon Carroll gets it ahead for Stengram. He'll dump this one in. Comes over to the right side wall. Gavin Core lets it go back for Gordon Carroll. Shot on goal from distance, patted away by Orshulak. Heisey the rebound, played it right to Gordon Carroll, but McKegarty takes it away out to center. McKegarty finds Harvey on the right side. Harvey, at the end of his shift, he'll dump this one in and go on the attack here to get his teammates some time to change here. Looking for a pass back to Rudolph. That's taken away, but it's taken back by Rudolph. Now bouncing towards the goal line. Harvey's there for it. Harvey gets it loose on the right side wall. Back to Rudolph at the right point. Left side Christensen. Christensen, right side Harvey now. He'll fire from distance. Smith tips it wide. Evan Smith collects the rebound. Sends it down low for Howe. Harvey's looking for a change here, and he's going to get one as Howe got it loose and played it to the front of the goal. Switzer the cover. Play stopped and a face-off can. Tigers get control. Howe's on the attack against Steen. Puck knocked loose. Evan Smith on the right wall has it back for the Raiders, but he's pinned to the wall, and the Tigers get it loose. Parr getting it outside the blue line. Now McCann, but he's poke checked, and Evan Smith gets control at center. He'll play it off the right wall, bouncing around that red line, and the Tigers able to dump it in. Christensen's back for it. He'll go behind his net and leave it on the left side. Rudolph now ahead for Howe. Howe spins it off the left wall out to center. McCann's after it in his own zone. Caden McCann back with it. Fakes a pass. Now has control out to center, and this one goes down the length of the ice, but didn't hit a stick. Icing still waved off here as it was too close to a couple Raiders. Christensen now up the right side looking for Oiring, but that's tipped into the penalty box. The Tigers here, the matchup the Raiders would likely want if there was their choice tonight, as Doobie pokes this one away from Pickford into the Tigers zone, and he'll force Switzer to cover it up and stop play. Calgary Wranglers, the AHL affiliate of the Flames. Face off left side of their goaltender, and Basha wins it back for Jonas Wu. Wu skates around the left side, lost his handle for a moment, but regains it and sends it out to center. Now man battling with Basha, gets loose to Doobie, who backs it up into his own zone. Doobie off the right side glass out to center. Oiring trying to spin away from Wu. Pickford gets control, but played past Oiring at center again. Liam Ruck dumps it into the Raiders zone. Here's Orshulak. Plays it around the right wall, looking for Oiring. It's cut off by Liam Ruck. He'll send it ahead for Basha, and around behind the Raider goal. Korkish is after it on the left side, trying to chop it away from Wu. He will. Mann gets control for the Raiders now. Out the left side, trying to get it out to center. Liam Ruck corrals it again and finds Basha. Here comes Basha now. Through the red line, up the left side, trying to get around Barrett. Almost sent him flying. And now sent into the corner, and it comes back to left point. Here's Muhanen. Right side, Van Mulligan. Up the right side wall for Basha again. Basha looking towards the slot for Van Mulligan, who had to make a move around a Raider defender. Otherwise, he might have had an open look at the goal. It comes out to center, and back at the Raider blue line. Mattress Man settles it down. The big man from Czechia finds Barrett. Up the right side to center for Coots, who has to turn back with it. Sends it back to Barrett in his own zone. Now up the left side wall, out to center. Sievertson couldn't settle that one down. It bounces in the Tigers' zone, and Sievertson's on the forecheck. He'll send it down low as he battles with Van Mulligan. Sievertson gets it back to the point. Bennett Kelly a shot. That one whistled just high. Coots was in the area looking for a tip. Coots finds Cripps on the right side now. Cripps being mugged along the wall. Brizgalov gets it loose. Tigers get it out to center. On the right side, here's Luke Cousins. He's pinned to the wall by Kelly. Trying to jam this one past him, but Kelly settles it down. Nice move there by Sarkinov to get away from the pressure. He'll gain the red line and tip it ahead, but Steen knocks it down for the Tigers. We're still scoreless here as the Tigers with an outless pass for Core. Kelly takes it away from him, and the Raiders have control again. Sievertson up the left side for McKegarty, who's got space now. McKegarty down the left side. Oh, Heisey's offside by a half step maybe. And now pushing and shoving with Caden Stangram all the way into the corner.
Yeah, McKenna shifts from the Tigers.
Tigers have control off the draw outside their blue line. Here's Weissman, now Steen on the right side. Steen brings it ahead to the red line. He'll dump this one in. Sticked away by Orszalak. Now Christensen's after it in the left corner. The Raiders captain sends it around right side. Weissman cuts it off for the Tigers and has control again. Back towards the left side point. Here's Cora's shot. That's blocked by Christensen in front. And now Christensen in a battle with Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Stangram comes in as the third man in and takes away for the Tigers. Good poke check from Heisey. Gets it loose though. Over to the right side wall. Harvey battling for it on the right side. Christensen came in to help out. It's poked to the line. Core holds it in with a shot. No, he doesn't. It's offside. Stars get control. Here's Liam Ruck. Dumps it down low. His brother Marcus after it, but Lyndon Barrett gets control first. He'll send it up the left side. Liam knocks it down. Liam Ruck pinned to the wall by Mann. Sent up the wall for Davidson in the corner. He'll shovel it behind the net for Marcus Ruck. Out front, Davidson, point blank robbed by Orszalak on the pad. And now Korkish out the left side. Tigers get it away from him. Tried to dump it in, but Korkish blocked it, and it's back into Raider territory here. And they'll battle away for it. It comes to the left side line for Jonas Wu. Wu skates through the middle. Fired, tipped on goal. Great save by Orszalak again. And now Oiring is in stride out the right side to center. Side by side with Doobie. Oiring through the middle. Cuts over to the left side. Now fires on goal. Switzer the save. Rebound loose in the slot. Tigers have control. Here's Davidson. He'll shovel it behind his net, and it took a funny hop. Dies below the goal line. Tigers maintain possession as Wu goes behind his net, and Connor Howe's all over him. Howe gets it loose, but he can't settle the puck down. The Tigers get it back, and they'll play it behind the net for Wu again. Wu behind the net, watched by Connor Howe, the PA local. You know how much this one means to him, playing for his hometown team as it's sent out to center. Newton's trying to jam it past Bennett. Kelly can't. Second effort from Wu is dumped into Raider territory, and Cripps is after it in his own zone. He'll sweep it up the right side. Evan Smith in the chase against Newtons. Puck battle on the right side wall in the Raiders zone. Bennett Kelly in that pile gets it loose for Boychuk. He's looking for a passing lane and hasn't had one, so he'll flip it out to center. Van Mulligan settles at the Tiger blue line. Bouncing and back and forth over the red. Tigers have control again. Here's Muhanen from the left. He'll dump it in opposite corner. Left side of Orszalak. Here's Cripps now. Takes a hit from Parr as he plays it up the right side for Boychuk. Boychuk flips this one out to center. Van Mulligan will settle it. Parr and Cripps knocking around at it below the goal, or well after the play here. Parr lost his helmet on it somehow, and the Boo Birds are out here in Medicine Hat as Cripps sends it left side for Rudolph. Out to center looking for Boychuk, who got enough of it to slow it down. It's going to come to Switzer. He's looking to play it. He gets to the left side of the blue line, held in by Sarkinov. Sarkinov to the middle for Coots, off his skating in the corner. Coots sends it back to the right side point for Rudolph. Now juice bomb! That one goes just wide as Christensen misses it just left. Here's Weissman on the left side. Played ahead towards the slot. Cousins takes a hit there from Christensen, but gets the pass ahead. Brizgalov a pass looking for Basha. Basha played it with a high stick. Play is stopped, and we'll head to the Smitty's Family Restaurant media timeout. 6-1 the shots in favor of the Tigers, but no score yet here on Nick Nielsen. Kyle Kosman on the call. Face off outside the Raiders zone as Heisey lines up for the draw against Basha towards the Raiders left. Heisey wins it to his right for Rudolph, left for Christensen, back to the right for Rudolph, gets by him out to center and chopped in by Harvey. Tigers have it back in their own zone. Steen up the left side for Weissman. Weissman checked hard by Heisey as he plays it ahead for Brizgalov. Brizgalov up the left side for Basha out to center now. Basha through the middle, cutting right now as a couple Tigers go down low, but his pass across is absorbed there by McKegarty, who takes a hit for his efforts. Steen gets control. He's knocked aside by Harvey, but Basha gets it loose now. Basha trying to fire from the top of the slot, found on it. Second effort is on goal, and that's patted away by Orschelak. Harvey has the rebound, and he'll play it ahead out to center, but the Tigers take it away at their own blue line. Wu ahead for Basha, up the right side for Core. Core spun around there by Harvey as he enters the zone. Shot goes wide after Christensen got a stick in the lane. Now Rudolph plays it out the right side. Wu got a stick on it, but the Raiders have lots of time in possession now here as the Tigers have to touch up. Rudolph left side for Christensen now. He'll send it ahead. Doobie tips this one in on goal. Switzer makes the save. Here's Pickford behind his net now out the right side for Wu. Wu flips this one ahead. Here's Gavin Core now. He'll back up and give it back to Wu. Wu through the middle of his blue line. Now sends it right side. Here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll who dumps it down low. Jonas Wu on the attack on the left side. Checked by Barrett. They'll battle for it, and it goes behind the Raider goal. Matches man's there for it. He'll swing it around left side. Muhanen gets a stick on it, but it comes back to Oiring. Oiring flips it out to center. And Muhanen played that one off his glove and into the benches. Play stopped because the Raiders have been phenomenal in the face-off circle. Coots, the other man who's at 56%. Heisey and Oiring operating at 58. Raiders have it in their own zone off the draw. Barrett sends it up the right side for Boychuk. He'll chop it out to center. Tigers get control. Liam Ruck ahead for Muhanen. Muhanen dumps it back into Raider territory. Orschelak's out of his net, and he'll send it up the right side for Boychuk. Boychuk looks ahead out to center. His pass off the mark for Connor Howe, and it's going to go down the ice. Icing the call, and the Raiders Wu off the draw, skates to the right side. Now from the right, fires a shot. Howe blocks that one along the way. It's going to find its way to the side of the goal, and Barrett and Parr are going to battle each other now. Smith comes into the pile, but the Tigers get it loose. Parr back to the right point for Wu. Left side, Pickford a one-timer that's blocked by the stick of Boychuk. It's broken on the ice, and the Tigers have the extra man out there, but the pass back for Wu is off the mark, and Boychuk will go to the bench for a quick change here. And in fact, the whole five Raiders will. Newton's going to dump this one in. Quickly taken away in the corner here, but Cripps blows a tire as he tries to take that puck away. Up the right side it comes to Sievertson. He'll play this one off the right side wall and down the ice, and it's on edge here. Sarkinov going to beat the icing call against Pickford. Sarkinov in the left side corner, checked down to the ice here. Tigers take it away, but Breeze Galov has it on the left wall. He'll send it ahead to center. Bash had it tipped off his stick by Cripps. And now Cousins with control down the left side, looking for a centering feed. And now he'll drop it back for Breeze Gallo, who takes a hard hit there from Kelly towards the goal. That one goes wide. Here's Steen now. He'll send it around behind the net. Basha, his pass comes to Cousins. Cousins fires. That's stopped by Orschelak. Rebound to Kelly. And Bennett Kelly up the right side for Sievertson. Now into the middle. Coots now left side. Sarkinov. Chance for the Raiders here. Sarkinov fires. There is no rebound. The Switzer gets the glove out and stops play. Now pushing and shoving after the fact.
Yeah, Raiders use that.
Friends at Leon's Furniture as well as Smitty's Family Restaurant. Face off to the right side of the Tigers. Goal is won by the Tigers. Stengram has control, skating up the left side out to center. His pass disrupted by Harvey, who then poke checks Schaefer Gordon Carroll and forces him to dump it in off the stick of Orschelak. Gordon Carroll now battling with Christensen, left side of the Raiders zone. Harvey's in there as well, trying to fish it free. He'll play it behind his net, and Rudolph will scoop it up in the right corner. Rudolph up the right side. Heisey jams it off the wall out to center. And now McKegarty takes away from Core briefly. Steen gets control for the Tigers again, sent up the left side out to center for Stagnram, ahead for Gordon Carroll. Poke checked away from him by Rudolph, ahead for Harvey on the right side of center. He'll take a hit from Meissinen as he dumps it in. Now here's Muhanen back in his own zone. His pass disrupted out to center, but it is going to get to Marcus Ruck. No, Christensen takes it away, and Christensen's going to go up the ice on the right side. Christensen drops it for Harvey on the right side. Christensen driving the goal. Harvey sends it just wide. Great shot there, just missed that top left corner. Now Heisey sends this one down low. Van Mulligan gets it loose, and the Tigers have control. Here's Davidson out the right side to center. Noah Davidson down the right side. Couple men in front as he tries to send it there. Barrett blocks the pass. He'll send it around left side, and Korkish trying to escape out the left side to center. Korkish in a foot race here, but he's got Doobie with him. Korkish feeds it to Doobie, but it's just over his stick on a great feed there. Now Doobie picks it up on the right side wall. He'll spin it back to the right side wall for Barrett. Now down below the goal line. Korkish had it bobble over his stick. Here's Jonas Wu. Sent around left side. Doobie takes away on the left wall. Plays it off the wall into the corner for Oiring. He'll cut off Davidson and play it behind the net. Oiring's after it now. Back to the right side point for Barrett. Barrett from the right side. Nice move around Marcus Ruck. Going to drive down the right side wall. Now Barrett towards the goal. That's blocked. Liam Ruck gets control, but his pass for brother Marcus is off the mark. And Barrett will play it around the dasher, around behind the net. Van Mulligan's clearing attempt blocked by Doobie. And now Liam Ruck with control. Liam Ruck Into the wall in his own zone. Oiring gets it loose, trying to walk out front. He's checked off the puck. It comes loose to Doobie in front. Now back to the slot. Here's Howe. Connor Howe, a nice move in. Fires and misses just high. Great move by Connor Howe. Just couldn't tuck it in top corner. And now here comes Liam Ruck out to center. Tired group of Tigers on the ice as he dumps it down the ice. Cripps gets control behind his net. Still zeros on the board. 7 minutes left to go in the first. Here's McCann on the left side. Battling with Evan Smith and Connor Howe. Howe gets control and brings it out to center. Up the right side for Boychuk now. Boychuk might have a step. He'll fire pad save. The rebound kick loose. And Parr on the left side will chip it around Cripps out to center. Up to the Raider blue line. Bennett Kelly able to chop it ahead up to Boychuk, who has to bring it back into his own zone to maintain possession. Now Cripps plays it behind his net. Left side Kelly ahead for Connor Howe. And it poked out a hit away from him. And where did that go? It looked like it hit Evan Smith somewhere and kind of kept going with him, but I don't know where it disappeared to.
Yeah.
In the Raiders zone. Left side of Orszlak. Coots on the draw versus Basha. And they don't drop the puck fair. Have control off the draw. Shot from Wu goes wide. And it comes out the right side for Jonas Sievertson to settle down. He'll find Rudolph on the left side of center, but stripped off his stick, and the Tigers go back on the attack. Up the right side is Basha. His pass to the middle for Cousins is off the mark. And it takes a funny hop off that wall as well. Sievertson had to turn back for it. Now here's Jonas Wu in the slot. Fires and scores! Tigers on the board. Jonas Wu from the top of the slot gets this one through, and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and just a bit of miscommunication there between Jonas Sievertson and Daxon Rudolph along that wall as the puck is sitting there, and I think Sievertson was going to let his defenseman Rudolph take that, and then Rudolph's thinking, well, you're closer to the puck, you can get that for me, and unfortunately neither of them come up with it. It's Basha that takes it away, and a terrific pass into the high slot for Wu, and he just zips this shot over the glove of Orszlak and opens the scoring. 6:31 to go in this first period. A terrific shot from the 19-year-old defenseman.
Jonas Wu, his 8th of the playoffs, has the Tigers up 1-0. 6:31 left to go in the first period. Face off at center. It's won by Heisey. Sent up the right side. Harvey trying to chop it into the Tigers zone. They don't let him. It bounces to the red line again where Harvey had it for a moment. Now ahead, Gavin Cord dumps it in for the Tigers. Right side of the Raiders zone. Here's Barrett. He'll sweep it around left side for McKager. He tipped to the line, not out. Schaefer Gordon Carroll holds it in. Pass ahead for Riley Steen. Now left side point for Väisänen. Back to the middle, and Steen had that one take a funny hop before it got to Steen. He'll have to go back for it now. Riley Steen up the left side for Core. He'll tip it into Raider territory. Barrett's after it in his own zone. He'll leave it in the right side corner, and Harvey has to come all the way back from the blue line for it. He'll play it behind the net for Barrett once more on the left side. Barrett keeps it going up the left side wall. McKegarty can't settle it, but he gets it back at center. McKegarty trying to dump this one in. It comes loose to Heisey on the right side, and he'll dump this one in. Raiders looking for a change here. Tigers have control in their own zone. Here's Newhunnen. Sends it out to center. Here's Davidson trying to sneak between the defense. He'll drop it back for Marcus Ruck. Now sent right side for Liam towards the goal. That's stopped by Orszlak. Rebound in the air, and Orszlak caught that one. Davidson took a swipe at him, and Bennett Kelly's going to get right in his face about it.
Yeah, the
Tigers lined up aggressive. Nobody on the right side wall. Everybody in on the left side. Oiring wins the draw. Cripps will take that open space on the left side and play it off the left wall out to center. Pickford dumps it back in, but the Tigers are offside as Cripps gets control. Now up to the right side of center for Bennett Kelly. And it's poke checked over off his stick over the glass and out of play.
Tigers have had the offense going as of late. Raiders got to find a way to turn this one around.
Oiring looked like he had it won here, but it's going to bounce around, and the Raiders do get control. Bennett Kelly dumps it in. Jonas Wu's after it behind his net, and Oiring's going to put him into the wall hard! Puck loose behind the net now. Oiring battling with Pickford. It comes loose to Korkish now. Korkish poke checked by McCann, and here's Pickford with it now. Up the left side, Cam Parr now. Sends it over right side for Wu. Jonas Wu now. Going to bring this one in over the right side. Bennett Kelly puts a check on him as well. Puck down low. Cripps sends it for Doobie. Doobie played ahead. It's taken away. Newton's a point break drive. That's knocked away by the glove of Orszlak. Rebound comes to Newton's again. Now here's Pickford. He'll fire. That one's over the net. And now Cripps has control on the left side. And he'll send it ahead out to center. Doobie spun around at center as he tries to get a handle on it. Bennett Kelly had a broken stick. Raiders finishing a change quickly here as Pickford reloads on the attack. Here comes Bryce Pickford now. Dropped over to the left side wall, battling along with Smith. Puck loose, and Rudolph tried to poke it loose. Now here's Basha. And Rudolph got that one head out to center. Now Smith trying to find him. He'll send it left side for Howe, and Howe brings this one in. Howe takes a check, gets it loose for Evan Smith. A shot. Switch with the save. It's loose in front, bouncing around. Boychuk scores! Raiders just worked this one down the ice. Everybody got a touch on this one. And Riley Boychuk in front of the slot bats this one home. It's tied at 1.
And traffic was just everywhere at that Tigers blue line as a breakout pass doesn't quite connect. The Raiders reset, and Connor Howe takes a good lick trying to get this puck free in that high slot. It eventually comes down. Evan Smith with a shot that Switzer can't handle cleanly. He goes for the rebound, but Riley Boychuk is there too. And with all that traffic, the seas kind of parted for him to the right of Switzer, and he puts it over Switzer, who was diving for the rebound, kind of out of it. Puts this one home, and this game is all tied up.
Quick look at it from the video goal judge, who we don't have their official name here tonight. But it does go on the board, and Chucky has his second of the playoffs, tying this game at 1. 4:17 left to go in the first as Heisey lines up for the draw against Gordon Carroll. We're taking our sweet time getting ready to go for this draw. Now it's down and underway, and the Tigers get control. Here's Riley Steen. He'll send it right side for Weissman. Weissman up the right side. Core dumps this one in. Rudolph has control behind his net. He'll set it left side for Christensen. Christensen up the left side, hit the official as he tried to play it ahead. McKegarty comes in and scoops it up again. He'll find Christensen up the right side, Rudolph. Rudolph gonna go through the middle of the ice now. Rudolph sends it right side for Heisey as he enters his zone. Fired on goal, save made, rebound. Oh, what a great save that is by Jordan Switzer.
Wow.
Great bounce back to effort there from Switzer as McKegarty was wide open on the one-timer, but Switzer gets the right pad across. And quick shot off the draw from Sarkinov goes just wide. Now Marcus Ruck gets the rebound. He'll find Van Mulligan out to center looking for Liam Ruck, but it's going to bounce around the red line. Coots is battling for it, and he'll dump this one in. Now here's Muhanen back for it now. Muhanen sends it around left side. Coots is after it. He'll take it away. Just briefly, the Tigers get it back. Here's Liam Ruck on the right side wall. Hassled by Sievertson. He'll send it left side for Muhanen and ahead for Marcus Ruck. Marcus Ruck out the left side to center. His pass is off the mark. And oh boy, that could be too many men for the Tigers. That was close as Jonas Wu got possession for a moment. But the Raiders get it back. Here's Barrett on the right side. Flipped ahead to center. Davidson takes it away and he'll dump it back to Barrett, who plays it right off the glass and back to the Tigers' blue line. Here's Jonas Wu with it now. He'll play it ahead up the left side. Ethan Newton's going to circle back with it now. Newton finds Wu up the left side. Wu, the goal in this game for the Tigers, is checked to the wall by Doobie. Raiders get it loose out to center. Corkish up the right side. Oiring might have a step. Aiden Oiring's in alone. Oiring! Don't check there by Pickford last second. And Pickford sends it out to center for Newton's now. Newton's up the right side. Into the middle for Wu. He'll spin his way over to the left side wall looking for a trailing man. He'll find a man at the slot. It's Parr back to the left side line for Wu. Wu plays it to the middle for Weissman now. Weissman skating to the left side, trying to get around Cripps. Weissman goes around below the goal line, around behind the net now, looking out front, and his shot goes through the slot wide. Corkish plays it out the right side to center for Doobie, and Doobie will tap this one to the Tigers' side of the ice. Weissman with control. Weissman in his own zone, right side of the blue line, now left side for Basha. Basha trying to find his way in. Andrew Basha down the left side. Has his stick broken in half by Evan Smith, and the Raiders are going to go to the game's first Westview steering and break penalty kill.
Yeah, Evan Smith takes a pretty good whack chasing Basha behind the net, and that stick breaks clean in two. No avoiding that penalty as they've got both rucks, Andrew Basha, Bryce Pickford, and Jonas Wu, the game's first goal scorer on the ice, next to Rudolph, Heisey, Christensen, and Harvey on the Raiders' penalty kill.
Raiders on the Westview steering and break penalty kill. They've been 79.5% in the playoffs in this series against the Tigers, though up to 83.3%. Battle for it off the draw, and Pickford's able to get it back for Wu at the left point. Now right side point for Marcus Ruck. Power play set up for the Tigers. Left side, one-timer, Pickford, save made, and the rebound is cleared down the ice by Heisey. Christensen and Liam Ruck getting into it after the play here, as Wu will pick it up from behind his net. Tigers' power play during the playoffs has been 22%, but against the Raiders only 16.7%. As Basha in his own zone looks to get things out to center now. Basha skates up to the red line. Left side Marcus Ruck, now right side Liam. Liam Ruck to the middle. Now left side for brother Marcus. Marcus Ruck to the middle of the blue line. Now skating right, looking towards the net. Now down low for Basha. Back to Marcus Ruck. Marcus Ruck, right side corner for Basha. Basha on the right side, back to the right point. He'll fire looking for a tip, but didn't get one. It goes wide. Pickford plays it down low for both Ruck brothers to get a touch on. It's Marcus Ruck who gets back to the blue line. Basha and Heisey take each other down, but the Raiders have control. It's a 2-on-1. Rudolph with Harvey. Rudolph down the left side now towards the goal. Wu blocks that one, and the Tigers look to go the other way with it now. Up the right side comes Wu, and he'll skate to his blue line. Wu now. Up to the red, left side for Marcus Ruck. Last minute of play brought to you by our friends at Mr. Mike's. 45 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Raiders. Basha trying to get away from Oiring. He'll find Wu again. Wu in the middle of the blue line. Now right side Basha. Basha looks towards the goal as he skates left. Now fires, that one goes wide. Mattress Man gets the rebound, but he's battling for it against Davidson. Marcus Ruck got it loose for a moment. Now Oiring takes it away, and he'll send it down the ice. Bouncing to the goal, Switzer stops it. 1-1 the score, 35 seconds left to go in this period. Tigers get control as Weissman skates left. He'll drop it back for Stangram now. 17 seconds left in the penalty to Evan Smith as Stangram dumps this one in. Stangram into the wall by Barrett. Puck comes loose to McKegarty on the left side. Bouncing puck on his stick, couldn't clear it on the first attempt. Second one came from his stomach and it's held in by Weissman, but Mattress Man gets control, played to the line and out again. 13 seconds left in the period here. Smith's back on the ice as Breeze Galov stick handles his way in, and he's high stick by McKegarty. 7.1 left to go in the period. Play stopped, and the Raiders will go right back to the Westview steering and break penalty kill is other side. But either way, face off to the right side of Orshak as Heist on the draw versus Basha. 7.1 left to go in this tied first period. Tie up on the draw. Tigers get it loose. Liam Ruck on the left side, down low for Wu. Wu towards the goal, that goes wide. It doesn't matter, the period is over. Raiders will head to the second period. They'll be tied at 1. They'll be down a man. But either way, a great period of back and forth hockey between these two teams ends at the KPI. Tigers came out with an early push, but a great second half of that period for the Raiders.
Yeah, Wu open pushback from Prince Albert after they were being outshot 6-1 at one point. It's 12-9 now for the Tigers, who start the second on the power play.
Opening face-off brought to you by our friends at Big Wings. Tigers have control. And it's their big five on the ice here as Basha wheels up through the middle of the blue line. Now the red and over the left side of the Raider blue. Left side for Marcus Ruck. Now right side Liam. Liam Ruck chalked off the puck and quickly cleared by Rudolph. Wu goes back to his own blue line for it and hustles it over left side for Marcus Ruck. He'll leave it for Wu once again. Wu dumps this one in from the left. Rudolph in a race for it. He'll play it behind his net, and a stick lift from Oiring gets it by Wu and down the length of the ice. And Collier made a good comment there about the at the end of the first period about the fresh ice, letting the puck slide. Well, Raiders got the clear because of that.
Yeah, it was a hard rim around by Rudolph, recognizing that, and that goes all the way around down the ice.
Rhett tries to chop this one out to center, and he does. Tigers have not entered the zone cleanly yet in the first 47 seconds of this power play. Raiders now have less than a minute to kill. McKegarty in the box. Jonas Wu over the right side of the blue line. Sends it right for Noah Davidson. Davidson across the ice to Breeze Galov on the left. His pass poke checked by Heisey. They'll battle for it to the blue line. Heisey still trying to stay with them. And Harvey comes in to help get it loose. He'll clear it. Basha played it off his glove and into his own bench. Play stopped. But Basha, the lucky part for him, as he was still in the right side of the Raiders zone. Kurtz wins it back along the glass. Now Christensen's pinned to the wall by Stengram. Rudolph and Pickford got into a battle. Pickford lost his helmet as a result. And the puck's going to get cleared his way, but Wu holds it in. Jonas Wu now in the middle of the blue line, left side for a fresh Josh Van Mulligan. He'll leave it back to Wu. Now Van Mulligan on the right side. Van Mulligan fires towards goal. Tip, they score! Noah Davidson in tight. Josh Van Mulligan put it on the ice, looking for a tip, and with 38 seconds left to kill, the Tigers have taken a 2-1 lead.
And they get the keep in the offensive zone.
There is a conversation about this.
I thought the Tigers might have got away with a too many men call as Pickford lost his helmet, had to go to the bench, and Van Mulligan was way ahead of him coming on, but this won't be what the review is about.
I think this is about contact in front, maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure there was much in there at all, as Davidson's right in front. We'll get a good look here. There's really nothing in front there. As
Maybe they are looking at possible too many men.
I'm not sure if that's a reviewable play after a goal, though. Like, it's not something you can challenge. But Van Mulligan was eager to get on the ice for Pickford. And Van Mulligan had to jump quickly back onto the bench for Pickford to go off, and now they're having a conversation with Willie Desjardins about it.
So they're going upstairs here.
Oh no, they are going to play.
Okay. That was a weird signal.
They didn't give the goal signal, they pointed straight up, so Tigers do take the lead.
So it's Davidson from Josh Van Mulligan that has the Tigers up 2-1. And now the Raiders on the attack right away. It's going to pop out in front of Switzer, and Oiring stopped himself from taking a swat there. He's going to take some pushes and shoves as a result of that. Oiring on the draw against McCann wins it. Bennett Kelly going to drive down the left side wall into the corner. Kelly holds onto it, sends it down low. Cork is trying to play it back out front. Comes to Kelly, who's being hassled by Newtons. 3 Tigers all below the goal line. And Kelly and Corkish still doing the work here. And Kelly looks like he's spun free for a moment. They'll find Corkish now. Corkish trying to go out front. And finally the Tigers swat it away. Here's McCann. He'll play it around behind his net. Left side for Barr. Barr plays the head to the blue line. Cripps holds it in. Cripps cross into the slot for Oiring. Back to the right side for Doobie. Doobie now going back towards the blue line. He'll leave it for Cripps on the right side. Cripps looks towards the goal. Now leaves it on the wall for Oiring. Oiring at the blue line. Skates left now. Has a look to the middle. He'll give it to Doobie. Doobie to the middle. Here's Matches. Man, a one-timer blocked in the air by Switzer, who lost his stick. Now Doobie gets control. Switzer has his stick again as Doobie goes to the goal. He's poke check. And Sarkanov's high stick down to the ice. Raiders will get their first power play. Another shove after that from Caden McCann.
And what is McCann doing with Sarkanov down? Just gives him a cross-check for no reason behind the Tigers' net. A power play goal to start the period will get their first look on the power play. All's going to be.
Either way, the Raiders will head to the advantage collision, man advantage. Oiring, Coots, Heisey, Rudolph, and Cripps out on the ice. Here's the Raiders win it to Rudolph. Now here's Oiring down the left corner. Back to Rudolph at the left side point. Rudolph going to hold on to it now. He'll skate to the middle. Now left side for Heisey. Heisey back to left point for Cripps. Right side Coots. Left side Cripps. Cripps to the middle now. Down low left side for Heisey on the face-off circle. Right side for Coots. Middle for Cripps. Right side Coots. He'll fire. That stop. Rebound. It's cleared down the ice by the Tigers.
The one guy that's got to get going a bit in this series is Braden Coots. No goals so far. 4 assists in 5 games. You know he's going to be hunting for a goal and this man advantage if he gets out again.
26.7% are the Raiders on the power play in this playoffs. 29.4 against the Tigers as the Raiders get it into the offensive zone. Oiring and Coots working together for it here. Coots taken down on the ice by Basha, and it's cleared down the ice. That's what we call in football a pancake if you're the offensive lineman. Cripps gets control behind his net and out to the blue line. Left side for McHaggerty as the second unit starts to come on. Here's Rudolph, right side for Coots. Return feed for Rudolph going to the front of the goal, but it's in his skate. He'll get it back to the point here for Cripps. Cripps fake to pass across to the right, now holds on to it. Cripps in the middle of the blue line, right side for Coots. Coots going down low, fires and scores! Coots saw a lane on the 5-hole and fires this one through traffic, and the Raiders have tied it up on the power play. Coots with his first of the series, and he has his 6th of the playoffs. It's tied at 2.
This is just a sneaky shot from Braden Coots. Takes the pass from Cripps and just eases his way down the right circle. And a great job by Maddox McHaggerty giving himself the pass option in front. And a deflection there as well, possibly, but Coots just rips this one. It's a good screen by McHaggerty as well. I thought he was a little more in front of the net, but Coots just slips that one through. And I just mentioned the guy that'd be looking for a goal in this series, and Braden Coots has one and ties this one right back up on the power play.
Big players, big moments. It's tied at 2. The Tigers have control in their own zone. Here's Riley Steen, who plays it off the right wall out to center. Man battling with Core, and Schaefer Gordon Carroll picks it up. He's got a man in front of him. He can find him. Gordon Carroll to the front of the goal. He'll collide with Orszlak, but there is no shot on goal. And it's played to the blue line, held in by the Tigers, into the corner. Man's after it. He'll play it away from Gordon Carroll, but it comes to Stengram. Now Stengram plays it back to left point for Väisänen. Väisänen sends this one off a stick down low. Matches man battling Gordon Carroll. Puck sent to the front of the goal. Barrett takes it away. Lyndon Barrett off the left side glass out to center, and it's rolling down into Tiger territory. Might be a tired group of Raiders on the ice after the icing call and a face-off coming back in Raider territory. Face-off towards his right. Tigers win it. Woo with a shot that pinballs around, and Orszlak makes a sharp save there off the stick into the glove.
Get back onto the board.
Raiders after it in the corner here. Brizgalov and Cripps were tied up with each other. Puck comes loose to the right wall for Harvey. He's going to play it off the wall. This one's hopping and skittering all the way down the ice, but it's going to die before the goal line as Wu is chased by Heisey. Wu plays it around right side. Cousins settles it down in his own zone. Ahead for Basha, and Basha's got a head of steam trying to go around Cripps around the left side, and Basha will play it around behind the net instead. Comes back to the right side point for Pickford. He'll play it back down low. Cripps knocks it down, and now trying to battle it loose from Basha again. He'll swat it up the right side. Harvey's pass taken away by Brizgalov, who holds the line. Now here's Basha. Back up the left side for Brizgalov. He'll fire. That's stopped by Orszlak. No rebound play stopped. 5 minutes and 11 seconds into this second period. We're tied. Davidson, right side of Orszlak. Tie up on the draw, and then it comes loose to Korkish on the left wing. He'll backhand it out to center. Korkish, of course, coming off his first career WHL hat-trick last game on Friday as the Tigers get control at center, and Muhanen dumps it in. Back behind the Raider goal, right side for Rudolph. Tigers are offside, so lots of time for the Raiders to get it out to center. Rudolph ahead for Doobie. Doobie gains the red line and dumps it in from the right. He and Oiring go in on the attack as Switzer came out of his net, played towards the empty goal. It's bouncing around. They score! Off the right wall! It's Jackson Rudolph! Switzer came out to play it. It was turned over, and Rudolph pinballs this one in. The Raiders have the lead.
And how good has Jackson Rudolph been this series? Boy, this kid just keeps scoring. And this is just a play that the Raiders pounce all over on with bodies all behind the net, Switzer included, and he can't get back into his crease in time. And oh boy, this takes a funny hop off a Tiger in front of the net. Is that Van Mulligan that got a piece of that with the skate on the way through? And you know, earlier in this series, we're going to actually see a goalie change here before I finish my point. Ow. Here comes Carter Casey in for Jordan Switzer, but I was going to say that goal Jonas Wu scored in Game 2 to open the scoring. That's kind of similar to what happened there, just a goalie out of position and a shot from a defenseman to take advantage.
Jackson Rudolph, the pinball wizard, has the Raiders up 3-2, his 9th of the playoffs, as this one's dumped into Tiger territory. Steen on the right side gets control, up the right side for Newtons. This one gets by him down the ice, and Rudolph will touch up. It'll be an icing call. Just shy of 6 minutes gone in this second period. Shots on.
You can't really blame Switzer for that entirely, because that's just a poor bounce. And I mean, the Tigers have not been scared to flip-flop the goalies around in this series, as Carter Casey's in goal once again.
Another icing call against the Tigers here, and it's up 3-2. Jackson Rudolph pinballs one in, and the Raiders have a 3-2 lead. Nick Neal out of the Tigers zone. Braden Coots on the draw versus Caden McCann. Less than 14 to go. Raiders win control. Barrett, right side. Sarkanoff looking for a one-timer for Coots, but he just fanned on it, and the Tigers will bring it out to center. It's Newtons who plays it off a stick of man. It's going to bounce into Raider territory offside. Play stopped. We'll have a face-off outside the Raiders zone.
Hold in the second period. Raiders only up by 1 goal. Like, this is still a close game. A little surprised by the goalie change.
Very much so. Here is the Tigers dumping into Raider territory. Barrett gets it loose for Coots, and now he'll send it left side for Sarkanoff. Sarkanoff tried to play this one in, but hit a skate. He'll now dump it in from the red line. Tigers get control. Here's Weissman out the left side for Schaefer Gordon Carroll, who had it hop up funny on him, so he comes loose to Stengrum, who dumps it in for the Tigers instead. Here's Core. Check to the wall by Mann. He'll battle for it, and the Tigers get it loose. Sent towards Schaefer Gordon Carroll, who tried a shot, but it was blocked by the stick of Matches Mann that fell out of his hands. Raiders get control. Now Coots lost his stick trying to get it loose from Gordon Carroll. Sarkanoff plays it up to the Tiger blue line. Pickford's there for it, and he'll send it left side for Wu. Wu going to skate up the left side. Trying to get around a couple of Raiders, one too many maybe. No, he still holds on to it on the right wall. Now he'll dump it around behind the net. Tigers with a slow line change here. That was an awkward one, as Basha is now forced to the wall by Siebertson. They'll battle for it towards the right side of the Raiders zone. Cousins gets it loose now for Breeze Galov in the corner. His centering feed's taken away. Siebertson will flip it high in the air. Wu knocked that one down to the high stick. Basha will play it. Play stopped, and a face-off coming likely to center ice.
Yeah.
Raider blue line, one back clean by Heisey. Now Cripps, now Kelly, and back to Cripps on the right side. Cripps hassled by Marcus Ruck, forced to play it back in his own zone for Kelly. Bennett Kelly backs up into the goal line to get away from Marcus Ruck. They'll send it right side for Cripps, who quickly hustles it left side for McKegarty. McKegarty's got time and space. He'll flip this one up the left side towards center. Harvey ahead for Heisey. Heisey's down the right side. He's got Cripps with him. Cripps on the right wall. Now fires, misses just high. Puck comes back out to center, and Bennett Kelly has to back up for it. Bennett Kelly, second generation Raider, as he sends it ahead for Heisey, who tips it in. Pickford picks it up for the Tigers. He'll go behind his net, chased out by Harvey. Left side for Wu. Wu makes a move back behind his goaltender. Sends it out the right side for Liam Ruck. He'll have to knock it down at the red line. Now ahead for Noah Davidson, who dumps this one in. Rudolph settles it in the left corner, plays it up the left wall to center for McKegarty. McKegarty's back in on the attack. He'll play it up the left wall for Harvey. Harvey's in after it against Buchanan. Tigers take it away. Van Mulligan sends it around right side. It's held in by Rudolph on the right. His pass, though, knocked away by the Tigers as Basha brings it out to center now. Basha, right side for Cousins. Cousins down the right side as Basha drives the goal. Cousins a shot. He scores! This one snuck through Orshulak. I think Cousins just muscled this one through, and it's tied at 3, 11:29 left to go.
Yeah, this is a similar look to Braden Coots' goal on a power play, as Cousins just sneaks down the right wing, and Orshulak's down there. He's in pretty good position near his left post, and Cousins just out-muscles Orshulak on this shot as it just sneaks through the 5-hole. And this is pretty equal goal to what Braden Coots scored, just down that right wing, 5-hole on the goaltender Orshulak. And this game is tied up. Tigers with the momentum again, so maybe switching the goalie. Here's Aiden Neuring.
Here's Aiden Neuring, who fires one just wide on a breakaway. And it comes back to the right point, held in by Rudolph. Doobie gets it into the corner for Neuring now. Neuring for Rudolph, a one-timer in case he gets the blocker on it. And it comes out to center. There's a race forward to the red line. Christensen finds Neuring now. Neuring back in his own zone, back for Christensen on the right. Christensen ahead, tipped in by Rudolph now. Casey will knock it down to the glove. He'll stop play. And a face-off coming inside of Tiger territory here. 11:02 left to go in this second period.
But he'll get tested now with Boychuk, who's got a goal, as well as Evan Smith and Connor Howe on the ice now.
And face-off is called for a hand pass. So
For Medicine Hat earlier this year.
Tigers get control. Steen finds Weissman, sent out to center. Core poke checked by Mann. The Tigers get it ahead for Stanger, who dumps it in. Lyndon Barrett's after it behind his net. He'll try and get away from the check of Gordon Carroll. Bouncing around towards the front of the goal, and Boychuk whacks it back to the blue line. Weissman holds it in on the right point. He'll send it down low. Barrett's after it against Gordon Carroll. Puck loose behind the Raider goal. Smith trying to poke it away from Gordon Carroll. Knocked in the air. Boychuk gets it loose. He'll send it around towards the left wing. Handled by Weissman. Weissman sends it back down low for Gordon Carroll. Now Stangrum in the corner. Back up the right side wall, trying to go back to the right point is Stangrum. He's hassled by Barrett. Stangrum goes to the left point instead. Close to too many men. It didn't touch him, but it was close. Steen has it back at his blue line. Riley Steen inside his own zone. He'll curl it up the left side. Stangrum chips it into his own bench. Play stopped and a face-off to come, likely outside the Tigers' zone. Our friends at Fresh Air Experience, 15-13 in favor of the Tigers. That's only 3 in the period for the Tigers compared to the Raiders' 4.
What a game we've been treated to. Game 6, 3-3 already, just halfway through the second period.
A lot of chances that have been blocked or sent wide as well. Both teams trying to pick corners tonight as Bennett Kelly gets it in his own zone. Right side for Cripps. Nice pass in the middle for Sievertson. Now Coots and Sarkinov at center. Sarkinov down the left side. Puts one on goal. Almost handcuffed Casey with it. Had a little trouble with that one, but has to lock it up on the logo of his stomach. Play stopped and a face-off coming inside Tiger territory. Nobody on the left wall. Sievertson directly behind Coots. Raiders defense lined up wide on the right side. Instead, the Tigers play it down low off the draw, and Sarkinov wins the battle to it. He'll send it to the corner for Coots. Now Sievertson. Sievertson tried to rush one on goal, but the Tigers block it out the center. Bennett Kelly looks like he's quickly taking it back for the Raiders. He'll find Sievertson, who tried to center it for Coots, who might have been gone if he did. Hit a skate, and the Tigers were able to dump it in. Orschelak couldn't stop it behind his net. Breeze Gallup out front, and that one bounces off a Raider wide. Sievertson plays it to the right wall. Sarkinov finds Cripps escaping out to center. Cripps gains the red line and dumps it in. Wholesale change for the Raiders. Tigers have control behind their net. It's Jonas Wu with it. Wu out the right side. Looks ahead to center. Played ahead, and Cousins will tip this one in. And now Rudolph's after it in his own zone. He'll send it left side. Oiring out the left side to center for Korkic. He tips this one in. Casey plays it behind his net. Left side, Nuhanen. Nuhanen's pass taken away by Rudolph, who sends one just wide of the goal. And now Newtons has control on the right side. He'll send it ahead to center for Parr. Parr checked hard to the wall by Christensen, but he'll dump it down low for McCann. McCann from a sharp angle, and Orschelak makes that save. Tigers hold on to it. Wade Oiring gets it loose. He'll send it off a skate, and the Tigers hold it in. Here's McCann. Down the left side, he'll drop it back for Parr. Parr walking to the middle now towards the goal. Orschelak the save. He'll cover it up and stop play here. Draw. Ruck brothers are out there. It looks like Hines is lined up against Davidson. Face-off is won by the Raiders. Barrett in the right corner sends it behind his net for Mann. Mann out the left side looking for a tip from Heisey. Not sure if he got one. Doesn't look like he did. Play stopped. Another icing call off the draw. Here's Pickford from the light. Towards the goal. And that one's tipped by Davidson. Stopped by Orschelak. And now here's McKegarty trying to escape out to center. He'll send it up the left side. Harvey tips this one in. Tigers after it in their own zone. It's Jonas Wu. Maybe a little too slow on that play here as it's quickly picked off by Harvey. He'll find Heisey on the left wall. Heisey's trying to find a lane for it. He'll send it below the goal line, and now a stick dislodged behind the net. That's McKegarty without one as the puck comes his way, but it gets by him as he picks his stick up. Mann gets control at the left point and holds it in. He'll send it behind the net, and Harvey has control again. Here's Harvey on the right side wall. Leaves it there for Heisey. Heisey trying to spin away from Wu. He's pinned to the wall, but Heisey gets the puck loose. McKegarty's just knocked down to the ice by Pickford. No call coming, and the Tigers have it out to center. Here's Liam Ruck up the right side. In the middle for Davidson, who gets chopped down to the check there from Mann, and out the left side to center they go. McKegarty will dump this one in. Tigers faithful wanting a penalty on the hit to Mann there, but not going to get one as Davidson was sent tumbling. Connor Howe takes it away at center, and he's back in on the left side. Connor Howe down the left now, fires, great save there by Casey. Now at the right point, it comes to Cripps, back to Howe, tips it on goal, the skate has to stop too. Steen up the right side for Core. Core trying to golf swing this one out, but Bennett Kelly stops it. Now they'll battle for it on the wall. Howe and Smith in that battle for the Raiders, but the puck cleared out by the Tigers down the ice. It'll be an icing call and a face-off coming back in Tiger territory.
Good look at the replay of Connor Howe redirecting it towards Casey.
Raiders on the attack off the draw. Tigers get control. Core trying to chip it out. Coots holds it in. Sarkinov now right side. Here's Severson with a look. Toe drags in, but his stick's hooked along the way. That one's going to get called. The Tigers touch up, and the Raiders will go to the advantage collision, man advantage.
And that's about
on the draw. Has Heisey to help him into the corner now. Muhanen takes Heisey out of the play, but Coots jams it towards the goal. Now second effort, that's stopped by Casey. Play stopped here as the Raiders working to the front of the goal, and Coots with another whack at it in tight, but Casey stands strong. And offsetting penalties coming here between Heisey and Parr, it looks like.
And
Raiders win the draw. Boychuk's on the attack here instead of Heisey in the box. Now as Oiring fires, scores! Hey, yo! Aiden Oiring on the power play, and the Raiders retake the lead. It's 4-3.
this is a power play goal that only takes 14 seconds of power play time, but a whistle in between made it seem a little longer. But Aiden Oiring takes this pass, and boy, what a shot from the left circle. Uses Jonas Wu as a bit of a traffic cone in front of Casey and just rips this one short side past Carter Casey, who's sliding across his crease a little bit out of position, and Oiring makes him pay for it. That's a sizzler of a shot from the Raiders' 20-year-old and gives them a 4-3 lead.
Raiders with a 4-3 lead. Aiden Oiring with his 7th of the playoffs, and it's 4-3 Raiders as Rudolph sends it ahead. Doobie didn't get a tip on it, icing the call against the Raiders. Face-off coming back in Raider territory here. 6:30.
Oiring.
Tigers get the win in the offensive zone. Here's Wu with the left control on the left side. Wu going to work down the left side now. Wu driving towards the goal. Last second poke check by Oiring, and he flipped it out to center. Boy, from here, that looked like it was going over the glass mat of play, but it actually stayed in by quite a bit. Here as the Tigers get control at center. Here's Wu. Flipped up the right side. Oiring able to block it. They'll battle for it, and Oiring dumps it in. Doobie's in on the attack. Pickford picks it up. Right side of his goaltender skating left, but Doobie's all over him. Pickford knocked to the ice here. Tigers faithful don't like that. They're not going to get a penalty this time either. Pickford did that just minutes ago here, so if that's consistent here, as Doobie gets control, fires from distance, and Casey stops that one. Play stopped and a face-off coming towards the left side of Casey, and Pickford is talking to the official. He's not happy about the non-call.
Yeah, he's not happy about it, but you said it, he did the exact same thing to Maddox McHaggerty a few shifts ago.
Nick Nielsen, Kyle Koswin on the call. Tigers win the draw and they get it out to center for a moment, but the Raiders get it back and it's dumped in by Harvey. Tigers in their own zone, but Evan Smith pokes it away for a moment. It comes loose to Connor Howe. Connor Howe has control on the left wall. He's checked off by Weissman, and the Tigers take it out to center. Odd man rushes. Schaefer Gordon Carroll brings it down the right side. Now sends it for Newtons. Newton's trying to drop it back. It hit a skate and bounces back to the blue line. Here's Weissman with it now. Trying to walk the blue line. Weissman through the middle. Fires one that's blocked wide by, I think, the glove of Barrett. Now Gordon Carroll behind the net trying to center it. Orschlak with a good stick knocks it away, and Barrett looks to skate out the right side to center. Barrett gains the red line, flips this one in. Muhanen's after it in his own zone as the Raiders look to finish a change. Puck sent out to center. This one tipped over the glass now to play by Davidson, who did take that hit down low from Matches Man earlier. Looks like he's all right, though. Face-off going to come outside the Tigers' blue line.
Yeah, good to see Davidson back on the ice. Seems like got to be hunting for some insurance right now.
Tigers are going to lose the draw here. Raiders get it up to center. Here's Oiring. Dumps it in from the right side. Korkish is in after it. Left side of Casey against Pickford. Davidson helps get it loose for the Tigers. Now behind the net, Wu. Now right side, Liam Ruck. Liam Ruck, he'll pass it out to center. Left side for Davidson. Davidson's in down the left side, now cutting to the middle. He'll fire, that's gloved down by Orschlak. No rebound, play stopped, and a face-off coming to the right side of Orschlak.
Already tonight, we'll see if he gets another chance here in this shift.
Nobody on the right wall. Jonas Wu almost on the left wall for the Tigers here as Basho lines up against Coots. Coots wins it back clean. Here's Cripps in the left corner. Cripps going to get the wheels turning up the left side. Sends it ahead for Sarkinov at center, who dumps it in. Casey behind his net stops it. He'll play it along the wall, and it's going to get by one of the Raiders. Back to the right point for Barrett. He'll quickly put one on goal. That's tipped by one of the Tigers' defense. Wu gets control, but it's knocked off his stick behind the net, and Coots has the rebound. Coots has control. Back to the right point for Bennett Kelly. He'll swing it over to the left side point for Cripps. Cripps sends it down low. Severson in a battle with Wu. Wu tried to check Severson off the puck, but he ended up blocking it. Sarkinov plays it back to the right point for Kelly now. Kelly to the middle of the blue line. Coots turns and fires. It's blocked by Sievertson. He'll turn and fire, and Casey stops that one and stops play here. 4:15 left to go in the second period. Raiders still up 4-3. And turns and fires. That one blocked a little bit along the way, but Casey still had to make a sharp blocker save. Now here's Muhanen behind the net. He'll send it out the left side. Parr just lifts his skate up and lets this one go out to Raider territory. Newton's chases it down. He'll put a backhand on. Orschlak the save. Newton's lost his footing on the rebound. McKegarty gets control. Played up the right side, and Rudolph's on the attack. Rudolph has McKegarty with him. Rudolph down the right side. He's looking for a trailing man. Finds Harvey, and on the backhand down to the front of the goal, and he sent it wide. Rudolph goes back behind net forward. Back to the left point for Heisey. Right side for Christensen. Christensen tries to fire. His stick breaks on the play, but the clearing attempt hits Heisey in the face, and the Tigers have control, but play will stop as Heisey is down on the ice.
And just as Christensen breaking his stick goes to the bench, and the defenseman jumped over the boards onto the ice, thought he was coming for a change, and Christensen grabs his stick. Raiders almost with too many men on the ice there, and Heisey will head to the bench as he looks like he's bloodied up, so we'll see how many minutes get put on here. Up here, unless it was friendly fire.
No, that was off of the. That was just off the injury here as the Tigers put it towards the front of the goal. This one tipped out of the air by Gordon Carroll wide on the rush. Here's Gavin Corr on the right side. Saw the same thing happen earlier in this series against when Brock Cripps was hurt on the ice. Play was stopped and the Tigers had control. As the Tigers get control on the left side, Väisänen dumps this one down low. Now they'll battle for it here. Man on the right side when it comes to Barrett. Barrett's out the left side now. He'll play it off the left side wall. Howe slowed it down trying to stop it, but the Tigers take control and they're back in. Stangram down the left side. His pass into the skates of Man. Now to the right side corner. Corr's checked to the wall by Barrett. Stangram comes in and gets it loose. Stangram back to the left side point for Wu. Right side for Pickford now. Pickford trying to get around Connor Howe, who just stands up in front of him. Checks him to the ice, but Pickford took something up high. He's down. Play continues. Here's Wu on the left side. Finally, play stopped here, and Pickford's going to go to the bench.
And he's going to go right to the dressing room. He might be leaking as well.
So I saw the check from Connor Howe, and I'm not sure what caught Pickford up high. Let's take a look at it here.
I mean, you could call a high stick there, but I mean, that's a pretty good sell job from Bryce Pickford, in my opinion. Yeah, I think he took that right in the visor and was trying to buy a call there.
Yeah, I agree. That looked like it hit visor, but we'll see if he comes back out and we're proven wrong. But right now, that did not look like much. Here's Liam Ruck, brings it down the right side. Pass the middle for Davidson, back to Liam Ruck on the right side. He'll send this one down low. Cripps gets control for a moment. Davidson takes it away. Here's Noah Davidson back to the right side line for Van Mulligan. His shot blocked, but it comes over to Wu on the left. Wu trying to dance his way through a couple Raiders. It pops out to center. Doobie's going to poke it by Van Mulligan, and now Doobie's after it on the right side. He's got Korkish going to the goal. Feeds it to Korkish in front, but he couldn't hold on to it, and Korkish picks it up on the wall. He'll try and play it down low. Tigers take it away. Van Mulligan up the right side to center for Liam Ruck. Liam Ruck sends this one ahead for Davidson. Davidson looking back to the blue line. His pass taken away by Korkish, who chips it ahead. And now a shot from Wu well after the fact, but no call coming. Here's Doobie down the right side with Bennett Kelly on goal. Doobie scores! Doobie! Doobie-doo! Rips this one top right side corner off the shoulder of Casey and in. Raiders with a 2-goal lead. 2 minutes left in the second.
And get some support from the Tiger fan as well if you saw that on Victory Plus. But what a rip from Braden Doobie, bar down over Carter Casey just seconds after Owen Korkish took a pretty rough shot. This game has gotten very, very chippy and calls are being let go all over, but just a laser of a shot from Doobie perfectly right beside the ear of Carter Casey, and the Raiders get that insurance goal they needed as they lead 5-3.
Doobie's got his 6th of the playoffs to give the Raiders the 2-goal lead. Rudolph back in his own zone. He'll play it up the right side. Sievertson can't tip this one out, but it's going to come back to him. And Sievertson will chip it up the right side out to center. Tigers dump it back in. Orschlak the save. Rudolph has control. Offside the call here, though, but this was well before the Tigers were in the vicinity of the puck. I'm not sure why the whistle was blown.
Plays to get them taken out of the play, and then, you know, Pickford and Korkish just moments ago. So hope this game doesn't get too out of hand as it goes into the third period.
Tigers dump it in. It comes to Urshulak, who plays it away. Now Rudolph looks out to center. He'll get it back to McKegarty on the left side. McKegarty now finds Rudolph as a trailing man. Backhand towards the goal. Casey the save. It's poke check to the blue line. Christensen has control. And Juice will dump it in down low. Here's Wu with control behind the net now. Wu checked by McKegarty, but gets it loose for Newtons. Newtons now out the right side towards center. He'll dump this one in. Goes behind the net. And Christensen on the back check. Last minute of play brought to you by our friends at Mr. Mike's. Here's Coots trying to escape out the right side. Braden Coots up to the blue line. Nice pass ahead for McKegarty, who tips this one down low. McKegarty up against Van Mulligan in the corner. McKegarty blows a tire but stays with it. Puck loose to Sievertson on the right wall. Back to Barrett now. Barrett backs up to the middle. Holds on to it. Fires. Tipped on by Coots. That's stopped by Casey, and Coots has the rebound. Back to the right wall into the blue line. Coots backhand from distance. Scores! Silky Ned Sievertson with a tip. It's 6-3 Raiders.
Come on, what a tip from Jonas Sievertson in front, and what a smart decision by Braden Coots to swing this puck down low on the backhand. And Sievertson is just wide open in front for this deflection and brilliantly over Carter Casey. And in the final minute, 33.5 seconds to go, Jonas Sievertson with a terrific tip. Boy, he was twisting and turning in front to get a stick on it. Brilliant by Jonas Sievertson, 6-3 Raiders.
Jonas Sievertson second into the playoffs. Raiders with a 6-3 lead. They've won the last two games by this score as the puck comes around to Oiring. Oiring's up to center now. He'll pass it ahead for Korkish now. Back on the rush looking for Oiring. Finds Korkish again. Backhand towards goal. It's bouncing around in the corner. Korkish plays it high in the air. Jonas Wu will set it behind his net. Up the left side for Väisänen. Väisänen looks out to center with 10 seconds left in the period. Ahead for Yaroslav Brizgalov. His pass knocked away by Barrett. Now here's Basha. Up the right side, and it's held out or taken out to center by the Raiders for a moment. That'll do it for this second period. Raiders, 3 straight goals in this period. All of a sudden, they've got a 6-3 lead.
And Andrew Basha, once that buzzer went, slams his stick along the Tigers bench and yells at his guys, come on, let's get going. So they'll have an intermission to think about it, but holy smokes, the Prince Albert Raiders, 2 goals late in this second period to give some breathing room. They take a 6-3 lead heading into the third.
Shots back in on Mike Medano and your out-of-town scoreboard, all coming up on Rant Raider Radio and 900 CKBI. Aiden Oiring's on the ice against Andrew Basha. Bryce Pickford is back out there for the Tigers after he went to the bench in the second period, but the Tigers get control and we're underway. Tigers have control as Basha tries to make his move around Oiring. He's forced to the wall, but Basha recorrals it down the left side for Yaroslav Brizgalov. He's knocked off the puck. It goes to Basha below the goal line. Oiring and Basha collide. Now sent around left side, and Jonas Wu can't hold on to it at the left point, and it's all the way back into Tiger territory. Casey sends it right side for Pickford. And I don't see any discernible marks on Pickford from here, as he was sent down to the dressing room after he took a stick there from Connor Howell. But wait, play stopped here. The Raiders are getting a penalty early here. Looks like some shenanigans on the line change here. Locked the stick out of somebody's head. Third power play of the night. Raiders on the Westview steering and break penalty kill. Basha on the draw versus Heisey. As we get set for the draw, right side of Urshulak. Basha, the Rucks, Pickford and Wu out for the Tigers. Heisey gets the win with some help from Harvey, who's back after it behind the net. Out there with Barrett and Mann. Marcus Ruck trying to get it loose from Barrett. He'll send it around behind the net, and Harvey is there for it. He's got time, space, and a clear down the left side. He'll take a hit from Liam Ruck as he gets a shot on goal. Casey the save, and Jonas Wu goes around behind his net. Wu out the right side up to the blue line. Now curls back over the red and continues into the Raider zone. Left side for Marcus Ruck. Cross ice feed right to the stick of Oiring, who feathers it ahead, and there's a race for it. Korkish will pick it up. He'll stop up now, looking for a trailing Oiring, who tips it into the corner, and he'll go to work against Pickford. Oiring takes it to the wall, got loose. Korkish dumps this one back into the Tigers zone. Basha trying to escape. He'll send it ahead for Marcus Ruck. Now back for Wu. Wu through the middle of the blue line. Right side for a fresh Josh Van Mulligan. He'll send it around behind the net. It hops by Marcus Ruck, back to the left point for Basha, and ahead for Ruck in the corner again. Marcus Ruck back for Basha. Now back to the middle of the blue line. Here's Van Mulligan, right side for Wu. Back to the middle, Basha. Basha, right side for Van Mulligan. Towards the goal for Davidson. He's cleared out by Rudolph. Play covered up as Orszalak gets the loose change. Play stopped and a face-off coming to the left side of the Raider goal.
Yeah, good defense there down low as Davidson can't quite get a clean look on net. He was trying to just force that.
In the attacking zone, but Christensen with a diving effort pokes it ahead, and Braden Coots will bring it ahead on the rush. He's got Heisey in front, feeds it to him. Heisey on the backhand. He's stopped by Casey. He'll cover it up, but he'll play it behind his net for Brizgalov. Raiders still on the penalty kill for another 39 seconds as Stengram trying to play it back. Coots is all over him. Played behind the net, and Väisänen's chased out by Coots. Here comes VT Väisänen out the right side to center. And into Raider territory, he tries to stick handle his way around Christensen. Forced into the corner, they'll battle each other. Tigers had 3 men down there, and they win the battle back to the left side blue line. Here's Brizgalov on the left wall. Centering feed, right side, scores! Caden Stengram! One-timer off a great feed from the left wall, and the Tigers are back to it in 2.
And just a great cross-ice pass there, and Cade Stengram gets that pass right on the tape and beats Orszalak before he could get over to his left post. That's a big goal for the Tigers, and obviously for the Raiders. You cannot afford to be shorthanded in this third period because the Tigers once again make the Raiders pay on the man advantage, and they make it a 6-4 game early in this third period, just 2:20 in. But wow, what a terrific cross-ice pass, and just a neat little side of the goal there picked by Stengram before Orszalak could get across with that blocker.
Tigers with 4 power play goals in this series. 2 of them have come tonight as the Raiders get control of the draw and dump it into Tiger territory. Riley Steen's back for it. He'll go behind his net, chased by Connor Howe, who blows a tire, and the Tigers get control as Cam Barr tries to work his way up the center. Howe's going to stay with him. He'll walk right into Bennett. Kelly, who sends him tumbling, and Barr dumps this one in, but the Raiders get control. Barr goes to the bench after the hit from Kelly as Boychuk sends this one ahead. It bounces off the wall. Howe's after it, but the Tigers take control. Here's Steen in front of his own goal now. Riley Steen sends it up the left side. Newtons is taken off the puck there by Boychuk, who sends it ahead, but the Tigers get it right back. Newtons dumps this one in. Kelly's after it in his own zone. He'll swing it right side for Cripps. Cripps off the right side wall, picked up by Heisey. Heisey, a great shorthanded attempt minutes ago here as he finds McKegarty, but the Raiders offside. Harvey had just stepped over the line.
Momentum away from the Tigers.
Tigers win the draw though, and they play it into Raider territory. Liam Ruck checked to the wall by Barrett. Barrett trying to get away from Marcus Ruck though. It comes to Pickford, a sharp angle shot. Orszalak the save, rebounded, bounces off the side of the goal, and Heisey plays it up the left side looking for McKegarty. McKegarty swings it back to Heisey. Heisey, a nice move off the wall. Now skates through the middle of center ice. Heisey right through the middle of the blue line, sends it right side for Harvey. He'll chop it back to Heisey in the corner. Heisey put to the wall by Pickford. They'll battle each other. Right side wall for the Raiders. Wu gets control for the Tigers. He'll skate behind his net. Fakes out left, now goes right. Knocked off his stick right to Liam Ruck and sent back below the goal line for Pickford. Out the left side to center for Wu. And he'll dump this one off the linesman. It comes right back to Wu, but the Tigers are offside. Puck settled down by Rudolph in his own zone. Rudolph up to the blue line. Now the red flips it in. Doobie, Oiring, and Korkish on the attack. Korkish goes on the forecheck as Steen gets control for the Tigers. Finds Cousins now up the right side for Basha at center. Oiring trying to knock it off his stick, and Oiring will dump it back into Tiger territory. Here's Riley Steen. Left side for Väisänen. Väisänen pass ahead to the middle for Luke Cousins. Cousins down the right side. Now it's looking towards the middle. It's going to get by a couple of sticks and back to left point for Väisänen. Raiders with a 6-4 lead here as it's sent right side. Steen has to back out to center with it now. Steen trying to get away from Korkish. He'll dump this one in. Orszalak knocks it down. He'll play it to his left for Rudolph. Rudolph sends it right for Doobie. Doobie poked it to the middle, but the Tigers take it away. Wait, no. Oiring knocks the pass away from Muhanen and now drinks it out to center. And Oiring will dump it in from the left. Doobie's in on the attack against Muhanen on the right side as the Raiders look to finish a change. Tigers get control, but a swinging stick from Coots knocks it away. And now Doobie trying to get it away, but the Tigers get it back. Newton's up the right side for Parr. His pass is disrupted. McCann gets control and dumps it in for the Tigers. Now here's Kelly up the right side for Sarkinov. Sarkinov off the wall, finds Coots now. Coots, nice move to get around Wu, but Parr's going to interfere with him along the way. Shouldn't say interfere, that's the wrong word. Makes it sound like there's a penalty coming. There shouldn't have been. They'll battle for it below the goal line. Sievertson gets it loose from Wu, and Wu sends it up the right side for Core. Core flips it in the air. Sarkinov knocked it down. No high stick, and Cripps gets it right side for Kelly. Up the right side for Sievertson, who dumps it in. Sievertson in on the forecheck, trying to get it away from Pickford. Pickford finds Wu in the left corner. Up the left side for Stengram now. Stengram had it chopped off his stick, but it comes out to center for Gordon Carroll. Schaefer Gordon Carroll now. He tries a shot, but that's blocked by Mann. Weissman gets the rebound. He'll flip it back in from center as Mann settles it for the Raiders. He'll send it left side for Barrett, right side for Evan Smith. Evan Smith at his own blue line, ahead for Boychuk. They go back and forth, and Smith chips it ahead, but it comes back out to center, and the Tigers have it. Here's Stengrim up the left side. He'll dump this one in. Matches Mann's after it behind his net. He'll send it right for Barrett, up the right wall for Smith. Smith plays it back down low in his own zone, up the right side wall for Boychuk, and out to center for Howe. Here comes Connor Howe down the left side. He'll fire one. That one goes wide as Casey watched it go. And now here's Steen on the left side. He'll stop up as Connor Howe closed him off. Sent right side for Weissman. Pass up the ice for Marcus Ruck. He's over the line side by side with brother Liam. He'll drop it back for Liam. Liam Ruck fires. Glove save there by Orszalak. There is no rebound. 6 minutes and 16 seconds gone in this third period. Raiders have surrendered a goal, but they still have a 6 left in the third period. Face off to the right side of the Raiders' goal. And they drop the puck unfairly as Heisey and Basha line up for the draw a second time.
You know, these last 13 minutes and 43 seconds are going to take away so slow for Prince Albert and so fast for Medicine Hat. You know, we mentioned before, Raiders just have to keep this game 5-on-5. They've been playing so well 5-on-5, limiting the Tigers' chances. Here we go.
Tigers win the draw. Left side point for Wu, who's going to drive down the left wall, now towards the front of the goal. It's on, stopped by Orszalak. Not sure he saw it. Harvey looked like he was going to send it down the ice on the rebound. Instead finds Heisey, who takes it out to center and dumps it in. Now here's Pickford in his own zone. He'll send it right side for Wu. Out to the middle of the blue line for Breeze Galov. Up the right side for Cousins. And into the Raider territory. Harvey takes it away. Harvey finds Heisey on the left side. He'll gate center and dump it in. Cousins puts a check on him. And now Harvey's after it on the right side wall. Harvey pokes it loose. It comes to McKegarty, who plays this one off a Tiger down low. Liam Ruck picks it up, though, and he'll play it out to center for Basha. Basha over left side for Breeze Galov now. Breeze Galov down low for Basha. He'll go around behind the net. Out front right side. Pickford scores. No, it's Van Mulligan who scores. Tigers are back within one. 6:59 into this third period. It's a 6-5 game.
Oh boy. Here we go. It's a one-goal game. Van Mulligan strikes to make it 6-5. 13:01 to go in the third period. And this is crunch time for the Prince Albert Raiders. Tigers with 2 goals in the first 7 minutes of this third period. This momentum has shifted in favor of the Tigers as Orszalak's still recovering from that one, but he's got to recover, get his mind back in the right place, because this is not a goaltender's battle from either side, and he's just got to lock in and get ready for the next one, but the Tigers make it a 1-goal game.
Well, here's an attack from the Raiders now as Dewey brings it up the left side in on the attack. Forced to the wall, Corkish comes in and gets it loose. Back to left point for Bennett Kelly. He'll fire, that's off the stick and wide. Rebound behind the net, Dewey trying to swat it out front. McCann gets it down the length of the ice. There's a race for it, looks like Bennett Kelly will win it. Icing the call and a face-off coming back in Tiger territory. The Raiders will send a fresh unit over the boards. Here as Heisey comes out with Severson and Coots comes over the boards to Severson and Sarkinov along with Rudolph and Christensen.
And you knew will produce some offense of their own because they have not had a lot of looks on Casey in this third period.
Coots wins it for Rudolph, and Rudolph plays it off the wall, trying to bounce it out front. Instead, it comes back to the opposite wall. And Coots trying to find Christensen at the point, missed the mark, and now Rudolph with the pass, it's taken away. Here's Marcus Ruckin on the attack. His shot blocked by Christensen. Christensen sends it up the left side, and here comes Coots out to center now. 2-on-2 with Sarkinov. Coots now looking for a trailing Severson, who fires. Pad save there by Casey. Rebound cleared in the air out to center. Co-op place is coming alive here as Christensen gets control of his blue line. Finds Coots, who dumps it in. Coots votes for a change. His 2 line mates will go on the attack, and Sarkinov's going to take it away. Out front looking for Severson. Couldn't get a stick on it here, but a great pass from Sarkinov put it in a great spot. Here's Barrett now on the right wall. He'll play it down low for Severson. Severson couldn't stop it. It comes loose to Steen. He's checked to the wall by Sarkinov, and Severson follows it up and gets it back in his skates for the Raiders. Core takes it away for the Tigers, though, and he's out to center with Stengrim. Finds Stengrim, who plays it in. Orszalak plays it into his glove. Play stopped, and a face-off coming to the right side of the Raider goal with 11:35 left in the third.
And a good shit, a 6-5 game.
Raiders win the draw. They play it around to the point, but Pickford holds it in, sends it around behind the net again. It comes over to the right side for Harvey. And Harvey's got control at the right side hash marks. Finds Barrett in the corner, now around to the left for McKegarty. He'll chop it ahead, but Pickford holds it in. Pickford with a shot, that's tipped over the glass and out of play. Another face-off coming in Raider territory, 11. The draw, Rudolph plays it out to center. Breeze Galov collided with Orszalak and tried to call a tripping call, but the officials say he skated into him. Here's Cousins out the right side. He'll find Brizgalov at the Raider blue line. He'll dump it in. Rudolph's after it behind the net. He'll send it up the left side for Korkish. Korkish takes a hit, but Chanel maintains possession and gets it out to center. Brizgalov corrals it for the Tigers. His pass ahead, and the Raiders take it away. Christensen off the right wall finds Doobie. Doobie battling with Basha and Cousins. He'll play it down the length of the ice here, and that might be an icing call. Yes, it will be as Josh Van Mulligan gets back. Entire group of Raiders on here. I think they're only fresh as McCann. Smith wins it. Rudolph plays it off the right side glass and out to center. Doobie on the forecheck, can't get it away from Weissman, and the Tigers have control. Here's Van Mulligan trying to work his way over the left side of center. He'll pass it ahead for McCann, taken away by Rudolph, who sends it back out to center for Boychuk. Boychuk, who's fresh off the bench, battling forward at the red line. It's going to bounce into Raider territory again. Rudolph hard off the right side. Here it comes to Boychuk. Boychuk dumps this one down low. Raiders will get their full change now. Van Mulligan sends it around right side for Newtons. He's poke checked by Smith, but stays with it. Puck out to center, and Brock Cripps will corral it for the Raiders. Up the right side for Boychuk. He'll gain the red line and dump it in. Around behind the Tiger goal. Here's Van Mulligan. Checked to the wall in the corner by Howe. Puck loose now to Coots. Coots is fresh. He'll send it towards the slot, looking for a one-timer from Boychuk. It's swatted away from him to Bennett Kelly at the blue line. Now he'll fire. That's blocked by Coots. Rebound! And that one just sent high. I thought he had his corner picked. Tigers will flip it out to center. Davidson trying to settle it down, and it's taken away instead by Cripps, who backs up into his own zone and sends it left side for Bennett Kelly. Kelly now into the front of his own net for Cripps. Cripps skates out to center now. Left side for Coots. Coots going to go through the middle. Has Sarkinov one-timer. That might have been an Aska Casey on the stop. And they'll battle for it in the corner. Every stop from the Tigers, every shot from the Tigers is popping the crowd here in Co-op Place as Sievertson gets it loose on the right wall. Back to the right point before he dumps it down low for Sarkinov again. Sarkinov on the right side wall trying to find some space. Kicked it back to the blue line. Barrett dumps it down low now. Raiders looking to finish a change here as Davidson gets control in the corner, but he's checked to the wall by Sievertson. Tigers get it loose. Here's Wu out the left side for Marcus Ruck. Pass ahead for Liam. He'll walk up to center and dump it into the shin pads of Matchus Mann. It comes to Barrett in the right side corner. He'll find Mann on the left side. Raiders get their change finish. Here's Mann, skates ahead, finds McKegarty, who tips it into Tiger territory. Steen gets control on the right side wall. Less than 9 minutes to go in the third period. Raiders still up 6-5 as Weissman skates out the left side to center. BT Weissman over the red line, now the blue. Sends it right for Stangrum. His pass deflected over the glass, not a play. Face-off coming inside Raider territory with Ace get control off the win from Basha. One-timer for Wu's patted away. Wu gets it at the left point. Plays it down low for Brizgalov out front. Basha, that one sticked away, but still a blocker save from Orszalak on the redirect. Now here's Christensen trying to play it behind the net. Brizgalov takes it away. He'll send it to Cousins on the right side wall. Back to the right point, Pickford. Left side, Wu. Wu skates to the middle. He'll cross with Pickford. They couldn't decide who takes it, and the Raiders take it away. McKegarty ahead to center for Harvey. Harvey on a partial break now. Stop up, finds McKegarty, and he sends it just wide. And it finds its way over the glass and out of play. Harvey knew he was up against Pickford one-on-one. Curled it back for McKegarty, who couldn't quite fine-tune it enough.
Oh, great scoring chance there after the turnover between Pickford and Wu.
Off the draw, another shot there on a backhand from Korkish goes wide. Tigers get control as Marcus Ruck sends it behind the net, right side for Muhanen. Head out the center for Liam Ruck. Now left side, Schaefer Gordon Carroll tried to play it in the air around Cripps, who knocked it down. Puck sent behind the Raider goal. Kelly helps it loose for Doobie. Braden Doobie getting the wheels going as he brings it out the left side to center for Korkish, who tips it in. Here's Muhanen now back in his own zone. He'll rim it around to the right side where it's held in by Cripps. Cripps sent it right into the skates of the official. Tigers get control, but Marcus Ruck quickly stripped by Oiring. Now back to the right point for Cripps. He'll try a shot. That's blocked by Schaefer Gordon Carroll up to center. Cripps reloads. He's back in on the attack. He'll send it right side for Oiring now. Oiring in the right side corner. Back to the right point for Bennett Kelly. Left side Cripps. Fakes the one-timer. Now backhands it down low. Doobie's after it behind the net. Kicks it loose. Connor Howe couldn't settle it, and the Tigers get control. Here's Newtons out to center. Marcus Ruck pass into the skates of Newtons. Marcus Ruck dumped it back in on the second effort. Now here's Barrett in the left corner. Sends it around right side for Smith. Evan Smith flips it out to center. Maybe a two-on rush forming for the Raiders here. Here's Boychuk down the right side. He's got Howe with him. Boychuk drags the middle. Now fires. Scores! Chef Chucky with a tasty dish on this one. 7:01 left to go in the third, and Boychuk undresses everybody before he rips it home.
What patience from Riley Boychuk. It's a 2-on-1. He keeps, he toe drags, he trips, he gathers again, locks and loads, and what a shot past Carter Casey, glove side from the slot. And that is exactly what the Prince Albert Raiders needed. Riley Boychuk, second of the night. 7-5 Raiders lead.
Boychuk with his third in the playoffs has the Raiders up 7-5. 7 minutes left to go in this shootout as the Tigers get control, and Bash is in on the attack again, but wait, offside, play stopped, and a face-off coming outside of Raider territory when we return from the Smitty's. Tigers are 2 for 3 on the power play. Raiders on the Westview steering and break penalty kill. As the Tigers get it to the point off the draw, Wu sends it right side for Marcus Ruck. Marcus Ruck now to the right wall for Basha. Back to the right point for Wu. Wu, left point for Marcus Ruck. He'll skate to the middle. Marcus Ruck fires that one, patted away by Orszalak, and the rebound comes around to the left point for Wu. Ahead for Pickford. Ruwolf steps up and takes that one away, and he'll dump it away down the length of the ice from center.
I think that shot caught a piece of the post, too. You heard a little ping on the
back for Basha. Basha now trying to find his way in another. One away, and he'll dump it away down the length of the ice from center.
I think that shot caught a piece of the post, too. You heard a little ping on the way by.
Wu goes around behind the net now. Jonas Wu up the right side to center. He'll drop it back for Basha. Basha now trying to find his way in on the left side. Minute 23 left to kill for the Raiders with this 2-goal lead. Basha plays it around behind the net to Liam Ruck on the right side. Back around behind the net the other direction. It comes to Marcus Ruck at the left point. Marcus Ruck skating to the middle. He'll leave it for Wu. Wu left side. Pickford a drive. Bennett Kelly lays the body down in front of that one, and it's cleared down the length of the ice.
Terrific block, and the clear allows Kelly to head to the bench. A well-deserved change for him.
Jonas Wu picks it up from his goaltender. Less than a minute to go on this power play as he brings it through the middle of the blue line. Braden Coots with a good stick, doesn't let Wu pass it. Now it's dumped down low. Christensen fakes rimming it one direction, now sends it the other, and Coots will dump it down the ice.
Such a smart play by Christensen to not force anything, look for someone open. Coots clears.
And Casey will wait behind his net, and he'll leave it there for Wu. 36 seconds left to go in this power play for the Tigers. Raiders up 2. Stengrum brings it up the left side, gives it to Brees Galov on the entry. Now Stengrum down low in the corner. He's checked to the wall by Christensen. Rudolph trying to clear below the goal line, but too many bodies in the way. It comes back to left point for Wu. Wu skating to the middle, now left side Stengrum. Stengrum fires, that's blocked wide by Christensen. Rebound comes to the Tigers. Van Mulligan at the side of the goal, now Davidson, and up to the left point for Stengrum. Stengrum, his pass blocked by Christensen, who lost his stick. Wait, no! It's an interference call for the Tigers, playing the stick away.
It's Bryzgalov. Christensen lost his stick, and Bryzgalov shot it down to the neutral zone. You can't do that, and it's an interference call to Bryzgalov, who is more than unhappy to Christensen as he sits in the box. Penalty power play for the Tigers is over.
7 seconds left to go, a 4-on-4 before the Raiders will get a power play of their own down here. Before you go, Kyle, I just want to say I think this might be your last game with, on the call with me here with the Prince Albert Raiders. What a game you got treated to. But Kyle, thank you so much for everything you've done, both for me and this team over the last year.
No, absolutely. It's been such a pleasure here as the Raiders have possession. My last year with the team, as I'll be heading back to school. Just let everyone know on the air right now I won't be back, but it'll be so much fun watching this team. Hopefully in the WHL final here, 4 minutes away. And then, in the years to come as a fan. So thanks so much, Nick. It's truly been an honor and a pleasure to work with you here these last couple seasons with you.
Raiders on the power play now. Kyle Koswin's going to go capture the moment if the Raiders hold on to this lead. 7-5 score with 3:44 left to go. Coots on the right point now to Oiring down low. Tried to make a move short side. It couldn't. It comes to Coots on the right side. He'll play it to the middle for Heisey. Now back to the middle of the blue line. Cripps. Right side Coots now. Coots looking to the goal. Slot. Heisey one-timer that stopped. Rebound cleared down the ice. Raiders still with a minute 15 left to go on this advantage collision, man advantage. Here's Cripps around behind the net. He'll skate out right side, watched by Basha. Drops it back for Christensen now. Christensen over towards his bench, but the Raiders in the midst of a change didn't know where to go with it. Sarkanoff plays it ahead for McKegarty inside the attacking zone. Here's McKegarty, has Severson in the slot, fires and the stick goes just wide. Back out to the point here. Here's Doobie with control. Back for Christensen at his own blue line. 51 seconds on the power play to work with as Christensen dumps it down low. McKegarty's in after it on the left side. Tied up on the wall by Wu. Puck comes loose to Van Mulligan. He's poke checked by Doobie now. McKegarty in the battle again. Still with Wu and Van Mulligan. Raiders have him surrounded though. 3 men in for the Raiders, 2 men in for the Tigers. They'll battle away for it, and puck comes loose to Basha. Basha will skate around behind his net. Now clears it off the wall, and Bennett Kelly will settle it at the right side of center. Plays it to the middle for Severson. Here comes Jonas Severson working his way up the left side, now trying to cut in. He's slowed up along the way, but forced into the corner. Severson with control now. Right side corner, back to the right point for Bennett Kelly. Left side for Doobie. Doobie fires, that's gloved down by Casey. The rebound's cleared away, and Basha will take it out to center. 9 seconds left on the Raider power play as Basha lost his handle on it at the Raider blue line, poked ahead, and Doobie trying to chop it out to center, couldn't. Bison is had it knocked away from his stick by Rudolph. Dumped back in by the Tigers, but the Raiders still with a 2-goal lead. 2 minutes left to go. Rudolph plays it out the right side to center. It comes to Harvey at the red line. He'll dump it down low. Korkish in on the forecheck. Davidson gets control for the Tigers. Here comes Noah Davidson up the left side. Marcus Ruck with control. Now Davidson and Carter Casey's gone to the bench. It's a 6-on-5 for the Tigers. It's dumped down low. Here's Davidson. Pinned to the wall by Christensen, left side corner. They'll battle for it. Christensen and Davidson both go down. Marcus Ruck gets it back to the point. Pickford, now right side Liam Ruck. He'll fire towards the goal. Tip just wide. Christensen still down on the ice with one of the Tigers here. It's Davidson. Here's McCann now. Here's Wu on the left side. To the middle. Pickford couldn't hold on to it. It comes out to center. Korkish and Pickford in a race. Korkish pokes it away. Pickford dumps it to second effort. Now Christensen in his own zone. He'll go for the empty net. He'll miss just wide. Harvey's after it, and he'll beat him to the icing call. No, he won't. They'll call it first. Play stopped here. I thought Harvey had him beat. He had possession and an open look at the empty net, but a diving Bryce Pickford was able to get just enough reach to beat that icing call. Minute face off to come inside Raider territory. Oiring's out there with Evan Smith and Ben Harvey, and the Raiders are going to use their timeout. 7-5 the score. Shots on goal brought to you by our friends at Fresh Air Experience. 31 in favor of the Raiders to the Tigers 28. That's 8 in the period for the Tigers though, compared to the Raiders 7. Tigers came as the Raiders back up by 2. And now a face-off to the right side of the Raider goal. And after the icing call, and because of the timeout, the Raiders are able to get their lines changed. They'll put out 3 of their most reliable players up front, and all 3 of them centermen. Coots, Heisey, and Oiring. Coots wins the draw. Christensen gets control. Cleared to the right side line, but Pickford holds it in. Now Wu's shot. That's blocked by Rudolph. He'll golf swing it back in. It's golf swung back the other direction. Back to the slot. Heisey with a backhand. He'll flip it out to center. Tigers are going back for it. Marcus Ruck is back, chased by Braden Coots. Marcus Ruck goes behind his net. He'll leave it for Pickford. Now it out to center. Here comes Basha over the left side of the Raider blue line. Last minute of play brought to you by our friends at Mr. Mike's. Raiders 60 seconds away from an Eastern Conference championship. They try to clear the puck, but Pickford blocks it, and a shot is blocked as well. Now here's Rudolph. He'll golf swing this one down the length of the ice. And is it going to get to the goal line? It's going to die just short. Marcus Ruck slowed up, trying to get the icing call. He won't get it. Instead, time ticking down. 2-goal lead for the Raiders. 42 seconds left to go. Marcus Ruck dumps this one in. Rudolph has it behind his net. He'll play this one off the right wall. This one will go down the ice for an icing call. But wait, Braden Doobie's got the wheels going. He's going to beat the icing call. He'll have it in the corner. Feeds it back to Korkish now. Korkish on the left wall. Couldn't get it to the goal. Tigers get it loose. Here's Caden McCann on the right side. 23 seconds left to go. Jonas Wu at the left side of center. Now sends it right side for Davidson. Davidson brings it into Raider territory. Down the right side. He'll play it back to the right point for Brees Galov. Left side, Pickford a one-timer. That's stopped by Orshilak. 10 seconds left. Basha on the right wall. To the middle, Liam Ruck scores! Tigers are within 1. 6 seconds left. Liam Ruck a one-timer from the middle of the slot. But is it too little too late? Not much celebration from the Tigers. They will go for the flyby. 19:54 in. Liam Ruck set up for a one-timer from the slot. Rips this one home. But the Raiders just need to hold on for 6 more seconds, and they'll head to the Eastern Conference, or pardon me, head to the WHL final. The timeout called by the Tigers. One last-ditch effort. Riley Boychuk with the go-ahead goal, the most beautiful one of the night. Came here in the third period, dancing his way to the front of the goal. And now we wait. Top five guys once again. Coots, Oiring, and Heisey. Rudolph and Christensen. Oiring will take the draw at center up against Caden McCann. Net still empty for the Tigers. Coots redirecting traffic from the left wing as Oiring lines up for the draw against McCann. Face off at center ice. Raiders with a 1-goal lead, 6.9 left to go here in Game 6. Off the draw, it's one along the red line. Oiring takes control, it'll go for the empty net. This is just wide, but 2 seconds left, 1 second left. It's over. The Prince Albert Raiders are Eastern Conference champions. And they'll all surround Mikhail Orshulak here as the Medicine Hat Tigers' reign has come to an end. No sleep till Everett. The Prince Albert Raiders will head to the WHL Championships for the first time since 2019, where they won it all against the Vancouver Giants. Now they'll go in on the attack against the Everett Silvertips, the two top teams in the WHL, the champions of the Western Conference, the champions of the Eastern Conference. It's an all mean green WHL final between the Silvertips and the Raiders. What a phenomenal Game 6 here. We knew the Medicine Hat Tigers were going to come at the Raiders with every single thing they had in this third period. It has been the trademark of the Tigers all season long. Doesn't matter how many goals they're down, they go on the attack and try to come back, and they are never out of a game. 3 goals in the third period here, the final one coming with just 6 seconds left. But it was too little too late. And the Prince Albert Raiders are officially Eastern Conference champions. First time Mikhail Orshulak has ever let in more than 5 goals in a game. But he got it done tonight, and now the best tradition in all of sports. The two teams line up for the handshake line and make their way down the ice with one another. There's a lot of Tigers on this team who have likely played their last game in front of the faithful here at Co-op Place here in Medicine Hat. Of course, they're 3 20-year-olds. Andrew Basha, who returned to the team partway through the season, started the season in the AHL with the Calgary Wranglers, would be sent back down and take an important spot for this Tigers team, and was phenomenal all playoffs long. 17 points in 14 games coming into this series. His career as a Medicine Hat Tiger is officially done, but he has a long pro career ahead of him, likely in the NHL as a member of the Calgary Flames. After that, of course, Bryce Pickford is a 19-year-old defenseman, but with the season that he had this year, I very much doubt that he is going to be back in the WHL. Of course, a Montreal Canadiens draft pick. 83 points as a defenseman this year, top 5 in the league in scoring, 45 goals from the blue line, 38 assists this season. Bryce Pickford, phenomenal for the Tigers here. Of course, former teammate of Braden Coots, who would have played together in Seattle. We gotta send some love out to Josh Van Mulligan, gritty defenseman for the Tigers here as well. 5 points in the 14 games he played in the playoffs before this one here tonight. Was phenomenal for the Tigers in this entire series. And of course, Ethan Newtons, originally a Kelowna Rockets draft pick in the 9th round of the WHL draft. Gritty on the attack, always phenomenal attack from Ethan Newtons throughout the series. And now, got to give credit to the Medicine Hat Tigers, who are staying on the ice to watch the trophy presentation. We'll take a break and come back. Raiders with a big 7-6 win. We'll head to the WHL final. We'll take a break and be back on Brant Raider Radio and 900 CKBI.